I have a couple of questions for believers in Jesus Christ, things I want you to really think through. First, do you fear God? Do you show him the awe and reverence due him? Are you concerned or fearful of disobeying God? Something to think about. Second, does God have full authority in this world? As sovereign God who created all things and is God over all spiritual beings, all heavenly things like sun, moon, stars, all creatures on earth, people, does God have full authority? And add to that Jesus died on the cross and was resurrected, so he conquered sin and death. And he tells us in Matthew 28:18 that he has been given all power on heaven and earth. Does God have full authority? Next question, do you trust God? The record of God to date is 100% steadfast. He has not failed once. He is still fulfilling promises that he has declared from long ago, and we look forward to the finalization of some of these things when we see his redemption of the entire world at his second coming. But God has not failed in any regard. Do you trust him? And finally, do you know the mind of the Lord? Do you know the plans he has for you? Do you know what's in front of your neighbor? Do you know what's in front of our country? And just in case you're thinking maybe you do, I want to remind you of Isaiah 55:8-9, which gets along the lines of, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are my ways your ways, declares the Lord." God knows so much more than we do. So if we really think about these things, then we land on consensus that God is sovereign. God knows things we don't. We can trust him implicitly. When I read this next passage, I wonder how you're going to react. Romans 13:1-7. Everyone must submit to governing authorities, for all authority comes from God, and those in positions of authority have been placed there by God. So anyone who rebels against authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and they will be punished. For the authorities do not strike fear in people who are doing right, but in those who are doing wrong. Would you like to live without fear of the authorities? Do what is right, and they will honor you. The authorities are God's servants sent for your good. But if you are doing wrong, of course you should be afraid, for they have the power to punish you. They are God's servants, sent for the very purpose of punishing those who do what is wrong. So you must submit to them, not only to avoid punishment, but also to keep a clear conscience. Now, if you had a gut check reaction to that, or you started thinking in your mind about who you exempt from having to follow because they might be a little off base, maybe you need to think again. Rebelling is looking God in the face and saying no. God has given all authority. We are to honor and submit to all authority. Something to contemplate today. Blessings on you.